Still got about 3 minutes. I just wanted to go ahead and get this started. So anybody who wants to go ahead and start joining can come on down. It's Dr. Kelsey here, and gosh, this is a second live stream. Last night was a wonderful live stream we had with Lisa Luna. Of course, Kevin Kane was there as well. But we learned about throwing the bones, bone casting. And I can't wait to hear some more in regards to what that very fascinating lady has in store for us. So, through her, I probably have made a few other contacts that we may have some more people coming in with us on Tuesday nights. That's what we're hoping for. So let's just keep this going that way. Got about 2 more minutes. We're going to start the virtual seance. I've been talking about this for some time. I'm going to move slow into the introduction of this tonight to give people forget life, life and times, get away from everybody. And we just had somebody join up there. And whoever it is that joined and is watching, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the share button, just comment hello or something. Let us know who you are. And go wait a couple of more minutes here before we really get going. This is a virtual seance. I've been planning this for a little while now, and this just seemed like the best night to do it. So I was going to do it last Wednesday night, but this July 1st, the second half of 2020 basically starts right now, today. So we're going to forge into the other half of this year. Gosh, don't we all hope it things kind of settle down. And yes, I'm here. Let me turn this around here so you see that it's me. I'm real. But I want the focus not to be on me tonight. So I'm just going to keep it off on my desk right there. More pleasant things to look at than me. So the point being here, what we want to do, what we want to do is to keep things calm, and we don't want any negative energy coming in our way, as they say. So any spirit that you're reaching out to, that you would like to hear from, that you've been thinking about, you've been meditating about, anything like that, keep the thoughts positive. Whatever memories, think of the good memories. Let's wrap ourselves around with nothing but positive, and don't leave any doors open for anything negative to come in here. I think we can do this, right? All right, I'm just checking now, and it's just now 8 o'clock. Just to make sure that all the live streams are working. If you want to, you can start a watch party with this. Again, wherever you are, however you're watching this, please like, share, comment, say hello, something. We live in an age where there's all kinds of gadgets that's used for communing with the dead, for communicating with the dead. In just 100 years' time, all the things that have come up, we've got spirit boxes, we've got EVPs, and all kind of meters and all kind of gadgets, night vision and FLIR, thermal imaging, all this stuff. We're going to do this old school way, because the most powerful tool you have in communicating is yourself, what's in between your ears. And that's why, in preparing for this evening, I've told everybody that's interested in being involved in this to get your minds and hearts around whomever in your life that has passed over that you would like to hear something from, that you would like to maybe you're still grieving, maybe you need comfort, you're just missing them. So wrap your, if you've got a photograph of this person, like I said, have it in front of you. What you're doing is you're building up energy around yourself, and this energy you're building around yourself relates to the person that you want to communicate with. And the more energy you build up around yourself that relates to that person that's passed over is going to help draw their energy into you. It's going to work like a magnet. So the more you do to prepare yourself, you're building that energy around you. Let's just hypothetically say that your friend Bob passed away 3 years ago. So you've got a picture of Bob. Maybe it's a picture of you and Bob fishing. You had a good time. Or maybe you're out at a club. You had a good time. Whatever the fond, great memory you had with you and Bob. This is a fictional character, a fictional story to give you an idea of how you do this. Bob has passed over. If it was a horrible death, let's not focus on that end of it. Let's focus on those good memories because you want to build nothing but positive energy. When you think of the negative, the bad aspects of their lives and the end of their life, what you're doing is you're collecting negative energy around you. I know you can't escape that part totally, but you want to envelop yourself with the positive memories, the positive parts of their life that connected to you. So you're building this energy around you that relates to this person that's passed over, and it's all connected to you. So that as we go through what we're going to do to try to reach out and gain some kind of contact, you're acting like a magnet to draw their energy into you. Now, I may not personally get anything from this. I'm just guiding you through the process. Wherever you're sitting at home, wherever you're sitting, this is your experience. This is not my experience. I'm guiding you through this. You don't need an EVP meter. You don't need any of these devices. You don't even need a Ouija board. You don't, going back in history, and I'm sure that if you've studied any of this, if you're familiar with any of these sorts of things, there were a couple of girls that got into the wood knocking on the table. You remember that one? And that was the way that they claimed to be getting responses back from people, from spirits. And then the bell. There's all kind of tools. And that is exactly what it's like. Okay, we've got to find a way for this entity, this spirit, this person that's passed over. We got to find a way for them to use their energy to communicate with me. Maybe it could just be a light whisper in your ear. Maybe it could just be like a breath of cool air that flows by the side of your face or along your neck. Maybe it could just be an odor, a cologne they wore, or maybe they smoked and you don't. You smell a cigarette or you smell a cigar or a pipe. Something. It could be an odor. It could be a sound, or it could just be an overwhelming feeling that you have. And yes, in some cases, absolutely, in some cases, people actually hear the voice of the person who's passed over. It has happened. It can happen. Some people have actually seen a shadow figure or some movement or a full body apparition that appears in the room with them, off to the corner or by the doorway. And it don't necessarily, none of these things necessarily will happen during the time we spend together here as I coach you along and try to guide you through this process. This could happen later on tonight. You could be laying in your bed, things are perfectly quiet and still, and something could happen that lets you know that you did reach and that the person you were trying to contact, their spirit, did connect with you. And hopefully you can find comfort, you can find solace, you can heal if you're still grieving. You can find comfort in knowing. So this is, again, think of the positive memories you have. That's what's important. We have here on YouTube, and we're getting started. If you have any questions, I'm going to try to monitor this part of it. I've got someone else that's should be monitoring the Facebook part of it. This is streaming in two different places. It is streaming on YouTube, Abnormal Alabama, as well as on Facebook, Abnormal Alabama. So I wanted to give it a little bit of introduction, and we're going to get started. Now, you don't have to share anything with us as a group at all. It's not necessary. I would like to know who you are if you're there, and I will be putting information out if that means anything to anybody. If something comes to me, sure, I'm going to be sharing that. And I don't know that anything will happen, but I know that we are going to. Okay, Madam Z has joined us on YouTube. Welcome and thank you for joining. And I know a lot of people. This is not something that is, hold on a minute, new to a lot of people. But my point with the way that we're presenting this, or I'm presenting this, my point with this is that you don't need any fancy gadgets. You don't need any extraordinary things to be able to connect with the spirit world. You have the capacity to do that, again, yourself. And that's why we'll guide you through it. And again, this is me. I just want to let you know. But I don't want to be a distraction to this. And I'm afraid that by keeping my face in there, that my facial expressions and whatnot may interfere. I have two bells. And I want to, this one, it would have to be, I'm not saying it's impossible, but this one would have to be lifted up. And that takes a lot of energy for a spirit to do that. This one, I've built a little platform so this could hang and make it, it takes less effort, as you see. There's no wires or anything connected to this. It's just put together for the sake of being able to hang there, bottom line. So that's that. I'm here now. All right. I don't know exactly how many has joined us. David and Sharon are up there. Thank you for joining. I'll give a few more minutes. Again, if you are trying to reach out and you're trying to connect, if you need comfort, if you are missing someone that has passed over, the whole purpose of this is to be able to connect with spirit, to find comfort, and to find peace. So if you're thinking about someone, if you have someone's photograph sitting in front of you of someone that passed away, it doesn't matter if they passed away a month ago or 20 years ago. That does not matter. What does matter is that you keep the memories of this person, because you're building this energy around yourself. You're keeping the memories of them on the positive side. We don't want to open up any doors. We don't want to open up any doors that come close to any negative. So I'm sorry, I'm trying to read. All right. We don't want to open up any doors that would allow any negative energy in here. So again, if you missed the first part of this or you haven't read the things I've written about this, the reason that you'll focus on whomever has passed over, whomever you're trying to connect with, you've got to build energy up around you that relates to this person who's passed over. It's all about energy. That's what we are. That's what the spirit realm is, energy. It's in different realms, different forms of energy, but it's still energy. So as you are contemplating, you're thinking, you're meditating, you're remembering this person, you've got their picture maybe up on your computer screen or a printed picture out on your desk or wherever, and you can visually see that person. Don't think about the sad times. Remember the good times you had with this individual. Again, maybe you went to a movie, a comedy, and you hysterically laughing and just having a great time with this person. Maybe you're into fishing or hunting and you have a great memory of the good times you had on the boat, just the two of you or whatever, or maybe a family event. Think of those good times. Maybe it was a graduation. Maybe it was a wedding. Maybe it was a birthday. Some great, wonderful time, because the energy you're collecting around you that relates to them, you want it to be very positive and upbeat energy. And that energy, as you go through this virtual seance with me tonight, as I guide you through this, that energy will help draw in their energy from the spirit world. It will enhance your possibility of being able to connect with them in this other realm. It is very difficult sometimes. Now, sometimes it seems like they cross over very unexpectedly, but to sit down and summon spirit is a whole different ball game, because you are actively pursuing it. And I know the most experiences I've had in my life dealing with the paranormal was usually when I wasn't looking for it. Caught me totally off guard. When we go to this level of it, and it's like, oh, I want to communicate. I miss my Uncle Bob. He's been gone for 5 years now. I really want to communicate with him. Then we have to build up energy, because it takes a lot of energy for them to connect with us. That's why I have two different ways to deal with these spells, because that, as a flesh and blood human being, seems simple enough. But from the different realm, spirit realm, that is a major task. This, hanging from here, is a lot easier. Still takes a lot of energy. You don't even need this if you don't want. And like I said, will you connect with anything during this live stream? I can't say. It's going to be your personal experience. That personal experience. And it may not happen during this period of time. It could happen later on tonight. And again, what do you look for? Some things will be very obvious. Some things maybe not so obvious. You could be in a cool environment with an air conditioner that's got your room at a very cool temperature, and you could feel some warmth pass by you. Or you could be in a warm environment and feel something cool cross across your neck. It could be an odor, a perfume, a cologne, shaving cream, or maybe even a favorite food that they enjoyed. Any of those things can trigger your consciousness to know, oh, that was there. That was him. And only you would be able to know that. So I want you to sit quietly now. And I want you to really focus on whomever you're trying to connect with. I want you to think of a good, positive experience that you had with this individual. I want you to remember, I want you to visualize this person, and the experience you need to be thinking about would be a positive experience that you and this person shared together. Just keep that thought. Make sure that you're very relaxed, that your environment is very quiet. There's nothing to distract you. Dim the lights if it helps. Make sure you're in a comfortable position to sit. And just let your mind go. Let your mind go and think. Think about this person. Think about the person you're missing. This person. Think about the person. Give yourself time. There's never a rush. Just give yourself time. Slowly. Let that energy build up around you. Maybe it was a birthday party. Maybe it was a family gathering. Maybe it was Christmas time. But it was a very, very happy time. It was when they were with you and everything in the world was fine. Maybe it was not a celebration. Maybe it was just a relaxing moment on the beach or a walk through a park. Whatever you and this individual found your peace with, that's what you think about. When there's positive energy, just envelop yourself with that positive energy. Let that energy keep building up around you. You close your eyes and just imagine this warm energy just blanketing around you like a comforter. Because that's what, in the end, it is, a comforter. Because it's going to comfort you. And this energy has to pertain to you and this person you're trying to reach out to. It has to connect. It can't be just about them. It has to be something you shared with them, a personal experience with you and that person. Feel the love that you had for them. And feel the love they had for you. Remember the warmth. If you haven't seen that person in a few days or a week or whatever, and remember how excited you would get when you were going to meet them or when they came over to your house, when you were meeting for dinner, whatever your relationship was. Remember their smile, remember their quirkiness, remember the things about them that just drew you to them. Because as you build that kind of energy around you that relates to them, it's going to work like a magnet to pull their spirit energy towards you so that you can make a connection into this other realm, this other part of our universe that we can't see, but sometimes we can feel. And maybe sometimes we get a glimpse of it. And that's what you're wanting right now. You want that feeling. You miss that feeling. You need the comfort of that feeling that's so created a void in your life since they're gone. But you can still have that feeling because they are still there. They're just right over there, and you've got to continually build that energy around you. Do you have a picture of them? Better yet, do you have a picture of you with them? And if not, close your eyes and get that mental picture. Close your eyes and remember that special time, that special feeling. Your best friend, your spouse, your mother, your dad, your grandmother, whomever this was, the feeling you got when maybe you heard their voice on the phone, or the feeling you got when they walked through the door. Did it light you up? Did it spark something in you that just excited you, that nowhere else could you get that feeling? It was that special connection. Sit quietly. Let your mind go into that zone, into that place. Stay in that place. Let that comforter of energy envelop your entire being from head to toe. Feel it. Close your eyes and feel it. Allow it to feel like the feeling you had when you were physically with this person. And quietly enjoy that. Make sure there's no ambient noise in your house. Make sure you're in a very quiet place to get the most out of this. Maybe you'll smell an odor, something that smelled like them, or something that made you think of them. Maybe you'll feel or you'll hear a light whisper in your ear of them calling out to you, of them whispering in your ear and saying, I love you, it's okay. I can't say what experience you're going to have, but all these are possibilities. You must leave yourself open as you wrap that energy, as you envelop yourself in that energy, as long as allow that comforter to come around and blanket you with warmth and love of this person that's passed. Take a deep breath through your nostrils. Exhale through your mouth slowly. Slowly inhale through your nostrils. And softly exhale. And as you inhale, you draw in the memories of this person, draw in their spirit, draw in their energy. Let it become part of you. Are you allowing yourself to get there? Do you see yourself with them? Do you feel them comforting you? Do you sense them being able? Do you feel it? They're telling you, I'm fine. I miss you too. I love you. I miss the times we had together, but I'm fine. One day we'll be together again. As you go through your night and you go through your days, don't avoid, don't overlook, don't miss those subtle things that will remind you. Because communication with the spirit world, it takes a lot of energy. They have to find things that they can grab a hold of to subtly say, I'm here. Maybe you and this person would go out for breakfast and you both just love bacon. And all of a sudden, here it is, late at night, and you smell bacon. Just a light little whiff of bacon. Don't overlook that, because that took the spirit world a lot of energy to get through to you. That took a lot. Don't overlook it. So take deep breaths in and exhale slowly. Connect with that person. Remember the times that you've had. Remember it. Take yourself back to that place and time where you and this person are having the time of your life, carefree, nothing but the moment. You were very much in that moment. That moment happened for a reason. Only you know when that moment was. Only you and the person you're trying to communicate with in the spirit world, only you two shared that moment. And even though you could tell others about the moment, only you two really felt that moment. Only you two could really understand that moment. Because words cannot really define how you felt when you were living through this awesome experience with this person. Maybe it was hysterical laughter. Maybe it was just a walk around the block. Only you and this person would know that. What small, seemingly insignificant sign could be brought to you from the spirit world by this person? But you've got to be able to allow it. You've got to be able to allow those moments to happen. And you cannot allow yourself to shrug it off. You've got to grab those moments, whether it's that slight odor, was that puff of cold air that came across my face, or maybe it was warm air on my neck. Or maybe I'm walking along and I swear to God I saw them walking out of that store. I can't find them, but I know I saw them. Or maybe you're laying in bed, 2 o'clock in the morning. Something awakens you. And you feel this warmth. You feel enveloped in this love. And there's a slight odor that reminds you of this person. It doesn't take a lot of fancy tools. It doesn't take a darkened room. Even though I'm sitting at my desk with this stuff I've collected, it doesn't take all this. And it can happen anywhere, anytime. And it does. You've heard it. You've heard the stories all your life. You've been missing this person. You hurt for that void in your life. And if you allow yourself to build that energy up around yourself, to envelop yourself with the energy and memories that relate to you and that person, you're enhancing and you're increasing the possibilities of them being able to give you some signal, to be able to touch you, to be able to comfort you, to be able to let you know you're not forgotten. I'm still here. Be patient. I'm not going anywhere. You feel the quiet. See, as we go through our days, sadly, we never allow ourselves enough stillness and quiet to be able to connect. We've gotten to a point where it's like we almost demand constant noise. We've got too much clutter to where we can't connect. You've got to rid yourself of that clutter. You've got to buy out these times like we're doing right now, to allow spirit to come through, to allow that comforter to wrap around you, to hold you and to hug you. You've got to allow this. Otherwise, you're going to miss it. And this is very personal to you. You don't have to share your experience with anyone, because these experiences are for you. They are for you and the person that you are missing that's crossed over. That's what they're for. They're not for me or anyone else, because I couldn't appreciate it. It's not going to affect me the way it would affect you. So you can clearly find comfort in doing this. So as you relax and you stay back, and you've got vivid mental images and maybe photographs, and you're thinking about the positive, fun times that you've shared with this individual that's passed over. Stay away from the negative. stay away from any difficult times. You want to focus on those carefree moments. We've all had them. The moment you really miss with this person. Build that energy up around you. And you'll be drawing them to you. You'll be drawing their energy to you. And in some way, you will feel it. I cannot tell you how. In some way, you're going to know in a way that only you could know. No one else could know it but you. If anytime during this live stream or later tonight, if there's any experience that you've had you would like to share, we'd love to hear it. But most importantly, this is for you. This is for you and the person you're reaching out to who's crossed over. This is not for me. This is not for anybody else. It's just for you. Now, I've just had something in my mind that's come to me. It may or may not mean anything to anybody. And I hope that someone's paying attention to the Facebook end of this. If this means anything to anybody, please let us know. Post it on Facebook, wherever you're watching this. Let me know. But I'm getting the number 18. 18. 18. It keeps ringing. 18. 18. 18. And I don't know. I don't think I'm dealing with any cards, blackjack, but 18 and 21 are two things that keep coming to mind here. If that means anything to anybody, let us know. So I'm going to go through this one more time in case someone has been late joining us. Even though I've got bells sitting here, you say, well, he's got two bells sitting there. Throughout history, there's been ways and tools that people have used to try to know that they've communicated with the spirit world. 100 years ago, there were a couple of girls that table knocking. Maybe you've heard of that. And bells were always a common thing. So knowing the energy it takes for the spirit world to be able to lift something like that and make it ring, not saying it's impossible, just saying that takes a lot of energy. I built this on this platform, which is simply to make it easy. If there were some spirit energy, because it's all energy. That's what I keep telling you. It's all energy, 100% energy. But what's more important than these kind of things? Today we've got spirit boxes, we got these meters, we've got EVPs, we got all this stuff. What's more important is what happens to your senses. your feelings. I think in a lot of ways, with all the devices we use nowadays, I think we take away from it because we're missing the feeling. We've made some Hollywood production out of it, and we're missing it because it takes the quiet, very quiet. And you have nothing to prove to anybody. All that matters is you got comfort from it. That's all that matters. It's your experience. It's your relationship with this person that passed over. That's all that matters. It's not some well-known figure that was murdered in this old house that's now abandoned and you're having this whatever in the middle of the night. That's not it at all. It's a connection with someone that's passed over that was very meaningful in your life, that left a void in your life. You're possibly still grieving. You're needing of comfort. Or maybe you're just simply your heart aches for them. But if you don't allow for this time, quiet, no distraction, you sit back. If you have photos of this person, you have them in front of you. Otherwise, close your eyes. Breathe in your nostrils. Slowly breathe out of your mouth. Picture a time in your life that you were with them in the physical sense of some wonderful, lighthearted experience you're having. The two of you. This is a personal thing. It's going to work best if it's a personal thing. Wrap yourself with that energy as it relates to you and that individual. Let it feel you all inside and feel it comfort you and wrap around you as you sense everything about this person you felt, the positive, the good experiences. Remember, there's always the bad times, but we don't want to bring any negative energy into this because we're looking for peace. We're looking for comfort. We don't want to invite trouble into our lives. We want to invite healing and peace into our lives. So you're sitting back, it's quiet. You're thinking about this individual that left you too soon and left this void. You're remembering you're on a camping trip. You're on a fishing in a boat out on the river. Sunrise, sunset. Fish aren't biting, but you're not concerned about that because you and this person are just enjoying each other's company. Maybe you took a morning walk with this person around the block in your neighborhood. Maybe you went to the gym together. Maybe you went to breakfast together. A peace. It could be something very substantial that comes to you. You might actually hear a voice that says, I'm okay. You might feel a hand on your shoulder. Not that would startle you, but that would comfort you. Maybe you get a sense of odor that reminds you of them, what they smelled like. Or maybe they smoked a cigar. I liked a particular drink. Slight. It doesn't have to be anything profound. And you can feel it. You can smell it. You can sense it. And this is what we miss because we surround ourselves with so much noise, so much distraction that we miss those moments. So I want you to go to your place of rest. I want this to be a night that you find that comfort and that peace in your life. I want you to find that connection so that you can have that comfort. I want you to hear that voice saying, "Don't worry, I'm okay. We'll be together soon enough. Enjoy your life. I'm fine. I miss you too." Find that place. The more energy that you build around yourself as you think about your personal experiences, the personal time that you had with this person that crossed over, the more you focus on that, the better mental image you have of these things, and the more you relive those moments, the better the opportunity for you to get that comfort you need. But you'll never know it if you don't allow yourself this quiet time to be receptive to it. If you keep the noise around you, you're going to miss it. Buy out 30 minutes, an hour every day. The positive, not any negative, the good memories. Nothing that has to be shared with anybody. This is very personal to you. It's nobody else's business. Maybe you never even talked about these moments to anybody. What matters is your comfort, your healing, your knowing. That's all that matters. If you want to share with us any experience you had, that's great. It could be as simple as saying, "Oh, wow, I swear I smelled this cigar he smoked," or "He whispered in my ear." Sure, if you want to share that, that's great. We'd love to hear it. But it doesn't matter. What matters is what you get from it. What matters is that you bought this quiet time out, that you connected, and that you found peace, and you allowed that comforter to envelop your entire being and became a receptor to the spirit world that attracted the spirit's energy to you, so that you would know and that you would find comfort in that, and that you would heal, and that you could get up tomorrow refreshed and renewed, knowing they never left. They're still with me, and I'm with them. I hope in some small way that if you've been grieving, hurting, missing someone, I'm hoping that this experience helped you in some small way. I hope that it gave you an opportunity to see how you can connect and how you can heal. That's my desire, because you can. You don't need an electronic device. You need quiet. You need to allow it to happen, and it will. You need to set the stage in your mind for it to happen. You need to have that energy around you that relates to this person that's passed over. So, like a magnet, it's going to draw them from the spirit world, so that you'll know. And you don't need a recording of it. You don't need it on YouTube. You need this for you, just for you. And then if you decide to share, that's up to you. But even if you do share, the impact that it has on you is what's important. Keep that in mind. And again, if anybody can relate, I keep hearing 18 multiple times and the number 21 once. There's more to that. But if that means anything, get a hold of me because I have something to share with you. We have been a little bit short of an hour. I hope, again, that someone maybe gets something positive from this. I thank you for joining me. If you would like, we can do this again. If we do this again, I want to emphasize to you, the more ahead of the time that we do it, that you start preparing yourself mentally and gathering this energy up around yourself, the better the experience is going to be. So if you're interested in going through this again, if you're interested in learning more about what you can do, no gadgets needed, just you and peace and quiet. I'm more than happy to do this again. I hope to hear from you. Thank you all for joining in. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel Abnormal Alabama, please do so. We'd like to get some subscribers over there. And if you're a part of our Facebook group, thank you very much for supporting what we do. I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful evening and a peaceful night. And you wake up tomorrow refreshed and new and happy and content, even though we live in a troubled world. As Gandhi said, be the change you wish to see in the world. And the biggest thing we can change is our attitude. So in the words of Ringo Starr, peace and love. Have a good night.